morning and welcome to flight 710. This Airlines, Monday morning. Heading to beautiful Saigon today. Resama, Saigon. Purely live on this channel at Emily Flotilla's request. Last minute checks before takeoff. We have lip balm. We have my coffee. I have a seatbelt unlike the rest of you fuckers. Hope you've brought your own beverages, snacks, seatbelt, life jacket, All right, pip, we're away. A pleasant 6 degrees is actually fucking brisk as. Oh my God, I'm having such a Monday. All right, let's get out of here. Faffing around. Well, I wasn't faffing. I've been busy. I'm exhausted now. I feel like I need a nap. A lot of rain overnight by the looks of it. So, hey, Mel Mac. Might explain why it's cooler than. So it's a brisk morning. I don't think I've got any fingerless gloves with me either. Probably need them in town. There's no snow on the mountain, so. How you doing, Mel Mac? I do have fingerless gloves. Yay! I'm sure I've got arthritis, and it's now it's been in my right hand for ages, and it bloody hurts. And I'm like, well, at least it's not my left hand because I'm left-handed. Because I couldn't imagine writing all the time with my sore right hand. And God damn it, I woke up this morning and now it's in my a finger on my left hand. Oh, the joys of aging. But hopefully a little snuggly pair of fingerless gloves, I'll be able to work today. Our offices are so cold. But our boss, it's how cold they are. Our boss bought us all heated throw rugs. You're great. I'm a Monday morning grump. I'm hoping you guys will make me laugh. Brighten my morning. I don't get major Mondayitis, but Sunday nights I still get that bugger, back to work we go. But nothing too distressing. And I'm usually really perky in the morning, much to previous partners and housemates' disgust. My family, when I was in Singapore, they're like, my God, you're... I'm like... Whereas most of my friends are really... It's quite confronting for me to have emerging from their bedrooms just looking like little thunderclouds. But it was one of those, last night, it's getting late, and I was like, oh, shit, I needed to wash my hair. I'll have to do that in the morning. And then I made a chicken pie last night. Oh, my God, it was so yummy. It is so yummy. I'm having it again for dinner. Oh, it's delicious. But I soaked, the pot that I made the sort of filling for the pie in. And I was like, oh, I've got to clean that because I've got this whole don't leave the house with any dishes on your sink thing. All the OCD rules that we impose on ourselves, but they don't necessarily work hand in hand with, leaving for work on time. Or so my mum, I can hear my mum's voice, just leave that fucking pot, you've got to go to work. My mum didn't swear. My version of her 23 years on, she swore like a truckie. No, she didn't, but and then Sonny needs a bit of TLC and my work shoes on the floor in the house. She just wants every sad-faced and mopey. into the house, and she gives me a little kiss on the nose, and I give her a little pat, and then I'm like, I'm out of here, kiddo. See you tonight. But yeah, the saddest face ever of me leaving. She's such a Velcro cat. And a friend of mine is one of those people that picks her outfit for work every day the night before. And I used to think, oh, what's the point? Just find some clothes and put them on. But I'm one of those people that probably would benefit from back. Oh, we're back. Yeah, I'm kind of one of those people. I feel like if I choose an outfit for the night before, when I get up, I'm not going to want to wear it anyway. So I might as well just choose what I want to wear in the morning. So I chose what I wanted to wear today. And the last time I put this little dress on, it was roomy and cute. And this morning I put it on, and that line of Shirley MacLaine's from Still Magnolias, it looks like two pigs fighting in a sleeping bag or wrestling in a sleeping bag. That's kind of what it looked like. So I had to abort mission, and I'm comfy in what I've got on now, but it's just been a morning. Whinge, 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 whinge. I also wanted to go live on YouTube yesterday. I've got some stuff to say, but it's for the other channel, which is about to be rebranded. Just get logos to the logo a couple of days ago for a segment that I decided I wanted to do on Swiss and Smooth criminals, and then I was like, actually no, I think that should be the channel name. Yesterday when I was driving to the gym, I'm like, nah, that's the name. So yeah, bit of rebranding. But I don't know how I was even subscribed to this channel that I listened to yesterday morning before I went to the gym, and I was actually listening to it going, oh, what? This is odd. And I had my bloody RoboVac roaming around, so I was listening while I was putting all the furniture up on my table, like all the chairs up on the table, and putting all the rugs out on the deck and giving them a good airing and all of that shit. While Mrs. Anderson and my RoboVac did her work. And I was listening to it driving to the gym, and I was thinking, it's a bugger I'm not watching the chat, because clearly there were people in the chat that had issues with what they were saying as well. But like people in their chat, so I'm like, this is interesting. You've got dissent in your own community. That's a hellish intersection, so I was being very cautious. And then I put them on again when I got home and reset my RoboVac to then do the mop cycle. God bless Mrs. Anderson. And have a shower and get ready, because I went out to lunch with a neighbour of mine who's one of my best mates as well. Still convenient. Damn you, Adelaide Flotilla. I'm just talking on Tasmania calling. Well, I'm here and no one else is. People don't even get notifications. Well, Mel Mac must have, but if Emily Flotilla shows her face in here this morning, I'm going to remind her of why I don't go live on this channel. Because it's not on the algorithm. But I am going to be doing all my Tasmanian sort of true crime stuff, even Australian true crime stuff. I'm actually going to be doing that on this channel, possibly. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but I've got a real focus now for. Well, it's been the focus for sleuths and smooth criminals. I just don't like having sleuths in the title because it's not obvious whether I'm pro or anti them, and I'm unbelievably anti sleuths. So it was time to rebrand. If I get one more fuckwit putting a comment under my live saying, "Why are you playing a pedophile's music at the start of your live?" Because I played smooth criminal, like I can't be bothered with that sort of low intelligence interaction. And I do like to respond to every comment, but those ones I'm just like, oh, does this even warrant a response? But yeah, I don't like thinking that people might think that I'm pro sleuths because I can't stand them. They are the pond scum of the YouTube community. They are the amoebas on the pond scum of the YouTube community. But the name of that channel doesn't really, although those of you who are members on that channel, not members, but in our community, know that it's quite the opposite. But the name itself doesn't. Oh no, broken down school bus on this cold morning. 3 degrees now. I've got a bloody snowflake on my dashboard. And some of those kids were wearing shorts. Tassie tough. Tassie stupid. I don't know. I get a little snowflake on my dashboard when it's 3 degrees or less. So I now have a snowflake. Someone better come in and brighten my day because I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood, man. I've got clients back to back all day. Some of them are face to face, which means I have to actually, make an effort and smile. And I just don't have the energy. I'm so buggered. I really wish I was working from home today instead of Friday. Because, Friday Thursday night I'm staying in town for a friend's birthday dinner. And then I've got to get up and still commute, but at least it'll be in the opposite direction. I might go live on Friday and give you guys a different commute. Where are you, Emily Flotilla? You miss chatting on this channel? Well, here I am, baby. I should have put your name in the title. I don't miss talking on this channel because I'm talking to myself. I'm basically doing a monologue. Well, it started out as a monologue. I had a brief interaction with Mel Mac, and now it's a fucking soliloquy. Oh, Mel Mac's still here. Thumbs up. Cheers, Groover. Yeah, if anyone sees Emily Flotilla around the YouTube today, can you tell her to get over? Get over herself. I miss chatting on Tasmania. Well, I don't. It's lovely to have you here, Mel Mac. Thank fuck you're here. Without you, I'd be nothing. I should have stayed at home today. I've so got to get my head out of this mood. I'm not a grumpy person. I'm not grumpy. I'm just tired and aching. I've got arthritis in my left hand now, which I'm really upset about because with my right hand, it's like, all right, I can have the completely useless pathetic. Can't open a jar with it right hand. It doesn't matter. At least I can still write with my left hand. But no, now my middle finger on my left hand is sore this morning. And I went to a pharmacy the other day and chatted to the chemist and looked at creams and stuff. And she's like, creams are all pretty useless, really. Just take a Panadol. And I was like, what? You take Panadols for arthritis? Okay. I want a new fucking hand. Well, now I need two, I think. What am I going to do if I can't bloody type? I have to get that voice to text thing happening. I'm going to become a special needs employee. No, I didn't go live with the chicken pie. Look, I love cooking live, but the amount of time it takes me to set everything up, go live, it always takes twice as long to cook whatever I'm making when I'm live. And I had a really busy weekend, and there's a lot of things I like to do on Sunday afternoon just to reset for the week. And clearly I haven't reset very well at all. Going live would have made it even worse. So I go do, put out some washing, and the house was sparkling clean, but there's just regrouping ready for the week. Like I call it Sacred Sundays. And the pie itself needed to cook for like 50 minutes. So I wasn't going to make it and then have to come back on and go, here it is. And I just wanted to eat dinner at a normal time and get all my jobs done. But yeah, I mean, cooking's fun, but the setting it all up and then pulling it all down again, because it's not a huge kitchen. And I'm trying to live like a minimalist, and I have this friggin' giant pile of electrical shit in my kitchen. It just me not liking. Like if I had a second kitchen, just walk in and hit go live, and then you've got to do all the cleaning up, and it like to cook something on YouTube ends up being like a 3-hour exercise, where usually not the pie because it needed to bake for so long, but usually I can cook it and clean the kitchen in under an hour, So no, I didn't, to answer that question. Tori is grumpy. Where are you, Emily Flotilla? This live is for you. You're not even here. And I've also got news for Emily that's going to make her so jealous that I really want her to come in just so I can make her jealous too. She's going to be really jealous. But yeah, go live on this channel, she said, and here we are. I'm amazed there's 4 people. Why aren't you other people even speaking? You have a role this morning. You need to get me out of my mood. And I've actually got heaps of shit I want to say about the crime world, and I'm not on the right channel to do that. So grumpy. And this is what will happen too. Like, I'll go live on this channel and we end up talking about crime. And I'm like, well, that's fucked, because I want that on my other channel, which is about crime. But then I go live on my other channel wanting to talk crime, and we end up talking about Tasmania. I mean, I don't know what to do. Hey, Del. Hey, Del, I'm grumpy today. This is my workmate. I can't believe you're waiting for Sarah to get ready. It'll be nice to see you both. I mean, I'm grumpy in that I can laugh at myself, but I've just woken up in a mood. Del and Mel in my chat. You bringing donut holes into work? Because I'll need something. Should we have a bar at work yet? Why not? You're not grumpy yet. I've just woken up weird and I was like, why am I not tense? I've got all the gift from the conference. I could just be on the beach right now, getting my head in the right space. I've got to come into town on Thursday night anyway, so I could have worked in the office on Friday. But now I'm going to have to commute home in the morning on Friday. It's all just, this week is back to front and upside down. So I think today would have been a really good day for me to be at home. Oh, you are bringing donut holes. Yay! See? I'm happy now. That's how fickle I am. Woo. It's 7:32 a.m. on Monday morning. We're now at a pleasant 5 degrees Celsius. We've lost the snowflake, unfortunately. The snowflake was really just around Sorrel and Wattle Hill with the school kids in their shorts. That's when, but yeah, the snowflakes disappeared again, sadly. It's a brisk morning though, and yeah, I've woken up with arthritis in my good hand. So I'm like, oh, this sucks. I have to be voice to. I might have to get a little microphone and do voice to text the way my hands are going. I can't believe though the pharmacist was like, oh yeah, you just take a Panadol. Well, I've got Panadols. Well, I've got Nurofen with me today. I'll be taking them and seeing if they touch the sides. I can't see how it will help arthritis, but we'll give it a go. Getting old, falling apart. Where's Emily Flotilla? This live is for you, you mole. I miss talking on Tasmania calling, she said. Well, here we are. Where the fuck are you, huh? 14 hours ahead of you. Yeah, we're in the future, baby. And look, despite me being a grump, Monday's looking pretty good. I mean, look at the sky, you know. I just, you have those days where you just know that, well, but you have those days where you're just really clumsy. So, like, I don't know how, but for some reason I hit, my hands were cold and I hit the doorway. I don't know why. And four of my fingers bent back and it was unbelievably painful. And I'm like, why did I had my hand flared out like I was some sort of hand fish. I don't know what I was thinking, and I didn't bring my arm in. I just walked straight past a doorway, like a door frame, and just slapped my hand against the door frame, and it really hurt. And I'm going to be one of those, it's going to be a clumsy day. When you have that sort of clumsy chain of events, that's me today. I know it already. I'm going to be wounded, bruised, embarrassed, and grumpy. Panadol's a paracetamol. All right. I won't be able to read chat now, guys. I am on the move. I don't actually, Panadol has never actually done anything for me. I take Nurofen, so that's now I've forgotten the word. But it does have anti-inflammatory properties. But yeah, so Panadol's like Tylenol, Advil. We've got Tylenol here too, though. I thought Tylenol was more for like flus, like for allergies. Yeah, there's an active ingredient in Nurofen. I'm trying to think what it's called, but anyway, it works for me. And there's a new Nurofen. Originally, you had to have food in your tummy before you took it because it mucks with your stomach lining. But they've got one now called Quicksilver, and it's actually better that you take it on an empty stomach because it absorbs really quickly. That's why it's called Quicksilver. I'm trying to think what the component or the thing is in Nurofen now that's going to bug me, and it's not that important really. I hope I get a downstairs car park because I've got to unload a mountain of conference things onto a trolley, and I can just see it's all going to come off the trolley, and that clumsy thing. Because I'm just my arms are like lacking any real strength today. I don't know why. I went to the gym yesterday, but my upper body stuff wasn't anything. Like I didn't increase my weights or do anything more full on than I normally do. But yeah, I feel like I've got weak little dinosaur arms. I might have to get Dell and Sarah to help me. I'm ancient and falling apart. Oh no, I slept like a log. I mean, I did get up to do a wee at like, I don't know, 3 or something. I drink so much water before I go to bed. I don't really know why, because every time I'm sitting there drinking water, I'm like, you're going to have to get up in the middle of the night. Sure enough. And then Sunny, the little opportunist, I get up and she's like, oh, early breakfast. And I'm like, no, not at three, babes, no. See you again in a couple of hours. So 5 a.m. I woke up. But I go through phases with sleep. Like for a while there, I kept waking up. Like I'd be wide awake at 4. And I get up at 5 anyway. And it's like, why am I wide awake an hour? Because I just wanted that extra 1 hour of sleep. And then I'd make like a little herbal tea and I'd go back to bed and couldn't sleep. And then a friend of mine was like, no, you've got to actually stay up and wander around and do things. And if your body needs more sleep, it'll make you go back to bed, a bit like my RoboVac going back to its docking station. But I just found I got energised, and I've woken up at 5 a.m. most of my life, except when I did breakfast radio and I had to get up at 3. But um, 4 is just a pain in the bum because it's like I really love that last hour of sleep, thanks. And then being awake at 4 makes you really wilty by sort of 3, 4 in the afternoon. Whereas waking up at 5, yeah, I'm starting to get wilty at 5, but that's when I finish work. It's not a problem. It's perfect. I really like this car in the left lane to just accelerate a tiny bit more. Just a little bit more. Yeah, I did breakfast radio for 7 years here in Tassie. I've done so many different things, Mel. But I mean, radio was a natural progression because I got into stand-up comedy and I left law to do comedy. And, a lot of comedians can, used to at least, sort of build their careers and make enough money by touring and doing comedy festivals and so on. But the reality is, you've got to have the money behind you and the funding and all of that sort of money and funding. You've got to have money behind you to sort of do that. You've got to build up some money to even be able to start doing that stuff. So a lot of comedians end up working in either TV or breakfast radio, or radio generally, if you want to make a living as a comedian. So that's where I ended up. And it was awesome. So I started in 2003. And I finished up at the end of 2009, right before my 7th-year anniversary, which was in January the next year. I loved it. I just didn't like the toxic work environment and culture. Like, I loved being on air and getting paid to talk shit. But as soon as the microphones turned off and we were actually, working in the office and having to deal with all of the politics and it was just a very toxic work. But most commercial radio stations are sadly pretty toxic. Emily Flotilla, where are you? Where are you? At least I'm proving a point doing this live. At least I can say to Emily, yeah, check out my last chat on this channel, these chats that you miss so much. Milmax's doing a great job keeping me company, and Dell popped in, which was awesome. But I like having, it's a lot of pressure on Mel to get me out of my grumpy mood before I start work. I like having a few folks hanging out together. And at least you guys can keep each other company when I can't read chat, which is most of this trip, until I get to the car park. But, I'll listen to the subs and what they suggest and what they want me to do. But this channel is a tragedy, really. It was growing. I was doing really well on it, and then it got struck. And I was silenced for 3 friggin' months. And slowly the sub count, well, not slowly, actually, quite quickly, the sub count started going down from nearly 2,000, and this was 3 years ago. And then it's just continued to go down. And then I finally get to go live again. And Finn and I started doing batshit on this channel. And Finn, bless his cotton socks, doesn't care about YouTube's terms of service and the words that basically drag you right off the algorithm. And unfortunately, we were doing batshit at the end of the first COVID year and into the new one, and Finn had some fairly strong views about that, and also used some colourful language that YouTube really doesn't like. And into the cul-de-sac. I mean, I'm not blaming Finn entirely, but everything else was going really well. I mean, I had memberships. We were sponsoring an animal every month. I was getting a monthly little check to do that, and then it just went off the algorithm. We got shadow banned basically, and it hurt because I'd put in. I mean, that channel had been my baby since 2018, and there was, a really great community, and it had numerous names over the years. But yeah, and it just, I don't know. I like I like the rewards you get from hard work, and it just felt like I'd put years into something that just got thrown in the bin, basically. And it's still a little channel where I'm, happy to do little things about Tasmania and so on. But I'm way more interested in the focus of the Smooth Criminal channel and the whole evolution of social media law to try and nip all the craziness that's happening on social media in the bud, and how it's impacting trials, and how the tragedy pimps are a huge part of the problem. Like, that's where my passion lies. This channel was a nice little project that was growing and exciting, but it doesn't bring me the same sort of joy. I mean, I'm still, like I said, I'm happy to do vlog type stuff on here, but it hasn't grown for 2 years. It just continues to get smaller. And no amount of privating all the batshit episodes and whatever, it will help it. Like, I have watched so many YouTube videos on how to fix your channel when it's shadow banned. And I mean, there are huge channels that got shadow banned that, have never been able to bounce back either. I've tried everything that they've suggested and nothing has helped it. It's just stuck in a cul-de-sac, and it can't get. It's like Mrs. Anderson, my RoboVac, just getting stuck. I don't know why, it pisses me off so much. It always tries to get on the runners where my sliding doors are, and it gets stuck on there. I have to go and pick it up and move it because it's hopeless in that one spot. It's great everywhere else. But every time I'm like, oh no, it's over near the sliding doors. Here we go. Here we go. And for all the amazing things this RoboVac does, it can't teach itself to stop. It's like a kookaburra. It worked out its flight plan at the start, and even though part of its flight plan is hopeless, it still keeps going the same flight plan. Like kookaburras, when they're babies, they set up their flight plans and they stick to it. And if that includes flying into a window, then every day they fly into the window. Like, not into the house, they just donk their heads on the window. Oh no, when I mean I've watched videos on YouTube, no, not put out by YouTube, like other cul-de-sac of doom that they've also ended up in. And I've tried so many things that these other creators have suggested, and nothing works. So let's just go in here. No graffiti on this wall anymore. Someone came along and cleaned it all up. That was a good little run in. So yeah, that's the story with this channel, and bless Emily for missing chatting on it, but it's kind of depressing for me. It's like anything that you put in heaps of work and you start to see rewards and then it just gets pulled out from under you. It's like working for a company and you've been, on a roll and your career trajectory is looking awesome and you're getting pay rises and all these projects that are happening that are going to come together and be incredible, and then the company closes down and they're like, see ya, thanks for all of your years of hard work, but that's it, we're done, bye. That's what it feels like. But then it's even more personal with YouTube because you've put yourself out there and let people into your life and your world. And for some at great expense, like we see so many creators that get doxxed and CPS called on them and stuff like that. So there's a really strong personal attachment to your channel as well. If you're kind of camming up and putting yourself out there. So yeah, it's a pretty depressing thing. But at least I can say to Emily, yeah, I went live on Taz Calling and you can see why I don't. And in fact, I was hoping to improve my mood. And being on this channel has just reminded me how depressing this channel is now for me. It's sad. I mean, I might as well just get your phone number, Mel Mac, and call you for a chat, which would be fabulous, but it's, yeah. But, I do listen to my subs. I take on board what they say. But when Emily said that the other day, I was like, well, all right, I'll do it. But there's a reason I don't go live on this channel much anymore. And the reason is pretty obvious. And I'm still grumpy. It actually made me sad being reminded why this channel is so depressing. Oh, hang on, I've got makeup in my eye now, just to add to everything. Overly vigorous foundation application. Oh, it's stinging. I do have eye drops with me. God. Told you, clumsy day. Then we put eye drops on, and then the foundation I've just put on is going to run down my face. Oh my God. The best thing about this day for me is going to be leaving work. I can feel it in my waters. Now I've got eye drops in my eye. And I've got a tissue, hopefully, yep, to wipe away the tears. I can't even read your comment yet, Mel. I will in a sec. Oh. Yeah, that didn't hurt much. So, Emily, where are you? Because you wanted this. My day's just going to be breathe in yellow, breathe out tie-dye, Tori. That's my new mantra. Have some coffee, take a deep breath. I do have an M&M cookie with me, though. That's always fun. All right, let me just put powder on and then I'll stop doing my makeup for a moment. I only wear like mineral foundation, so it's not like it's not like a mask. I don't do the full-on, fully covered face. It's a pretty light makeup. Just makes me look a little bit more professional, I think. As much as I'm more than happy to be out and about without any makeup on usually, especially down where I live. But for work, I make a bit of an effort. I've got my favourite earrings on, but one of them, the backing isn't the right backing and it's loose. Oh, I knew today I should have stayed in bed. Put a violin on. Start playing a little violin for me. I can't believe you're still actually here, Mel Mac. Like, you put up with this appalling behaviour of mine? Incredible. You're just cranky. Let it go. The day we're going to, yeah, we'll let it go. Well, it will, because I love the people I work with. And the building I work in is full of all sorts of colourful people. Lots of big, bold, brash personalities. It's not a workplace for the meek and mild. I can tell you that right now. It's lively. Well, it's a building full of advocates, so there's a lot of passion fighting for people's rights. Yeah, coffee and donut holes. I know. So I used to have a little air fryer. I gave it to Dell because when I bought the first air fryer, within a few uses, I was like, I need a bigger air fryer because I was hooked, and I'm like, yeah, this is going to be awesome fun. And I made donut holes out of my recipe book on YouTube one day, and I brought the leftovers into work, and they were so good. And Dell, as soon as she got the air fryer, was cranking up donut holes like there was no tomorrow. And kept telling me about how she was making them. So a few weeks ago, I was like, bring some into work. And she is. And that just automatically makes the day better. Donut holes are the bomb. It doesn't take much to make me happy. And if it's food, it's usually instant happiness. So where are you, Emily Flotilla? Huh? Huh? Just me and beautiful Mel Mac just hanging out live on this channel at your request, Emily. You miss chatting on here, but you're not here to chat on here with the two of us. Probably will be my last live drive that I do on here. I mean, unless I'm showing off the island. Hey, Will. Will and my sister Rock Thomas. Oh, brother Will, thank you, mate. How are you, Chris? Not too stressed with all of what you've got going on at the moment? You're hanging in there, mate. I'm even putting on a little bit of eyeshadow, which I don't. I never wore eyeshadow. I never wore makeup till I went to America. We didn't wear makeup when I was at school. You weren't allowed to. So, like my school formal in year 12, age 17, I wore mascara. Mascara and a tinted lip gloss. That was it. And then I went to America, and my host sister was all about makeup. And, well, the whole school was. And I was like, oh, I better learn this shit. And I think Brenda, my host sister, used to do my makeup, I think. I can't really remember. But it was only because I'd modelled for a few years that the girl that ran the woman that ran the modelling studio, she had real models, hence me being one, and taught us how to do makeup that wasn't like over the top, but it was good for catwalks and stuff, which is what I did. I wasn't a photographic model. And to this day, I still use the she model management style of downplayed but effective makeup. So, like, Helen wouldn't have anyone at She modelling for her who had fake boobs, fake tan, lip injections. Like, you had to be natural. So the makeup, which I mean, I still, yeah, do it to this day, and it seems to suit my head. But I absolutely loved that modelling agency. And we used to sell so much clothing, which is the whole point of modelling, is to sell the clothes that you're wearing. So having real models was clever because women in the audience would be like, and men would be like, oh, I could wear that, and they'd buy it. And it was actually really good fun. I modelled with a heap of gorgeous girls, many of whom I'm still really good friends with, and guys, a few guys. I went mountains of guys, but one of them, Joe, he and I are still really good buddies. It was fun. All right, that's that done. I wish my hand wasn't so sore. That's why I'm grumpy. It's pain. I'll make sure I take my tablets in with me. All right, I've got them. I do have to sort out my hair in a minute too, but let's have a chat first. I'll leave that and that. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Yeah. Okay. Just put my parking ticket actually in my wallet because that's another thing I do is organise myself. So at the end of the day, I'm not like, where's my fucking parking ticket? All right. Makeup's done and yeah, I'll do my hair again in a sec. Bon appetit! Grilled chicken, corn on the cob on the grill. Sounds superb. Hey! How do I pronounce your name? Blick. Yeah, you've been a good son, as always. You're incredible, Will. You're a good son. But yeah, bon appetit. Oh, look, who doesn't love grilled chicken on the grill? As opposed to grilled chicken on the stovetop, right? I love it how you guys call barbecues grills, whereas we call them barbecues. But we don't throw shrimps on the barbie. We eat prawns here. Same thing, but we call them prawns. Yeah, you've always been helpful the whole time I've known you. Everything you do is helping people, animals. You're just that kind of awesome human being, Will. So have a good day and thanks for dropping in, Groover. It was proving a point why I don't go live on this channel very much anymore, but I love that you and Mel Mac and Dell, who I work with, have dropped in. I've managed to chat to 3 people I'm very fond of, so it wasn't all bad. But you like shrimp on the grill, shish kebab. I do an amazing barbecue prawn dish or shrimp on the grill dish. We marinate the prawns and the marinade just smells incredible that when I cook them, like people in the area where I live, some of them actually text me and go, oh my God, are you doing those prawns again? Like they smell amazing. I'll have to get the recipe to you, Will. It's the most basic marinade as well, but and they taste incredible. But yeah, you get to that there grill, Will. Good to see you, Groover. Love you, mate. So Will and I refer to each other as brother and sister, but I actually do also have another brother who's called Will too, which is confusing. I've got two brothers called Will. And it pisses me off the Glare is called Will because he gives it a bad name. Yeah, I would probably do it. Shrimp are actually plankton. Well, prawns are crustaceans. I mean, we've got like shrimp in the ocean, little tiny, puny things, but they're called shrimp because they're tiny. But the ones that we eat a lot of would be the prawn, which is a part of the crustacean clan, I think. Maybe. I don't actually know. I think a prawn is a crustacean. I shall find the answer to that today because it'll bug me if I don't. It's a different type of well, the shrimp that like the plankton that whales eat are teeny tiny and look like little tiny shrimpy things for sure. Bristol High. Oh, you don't need to listen. I'm grumpy. Emily Flotilla said in my chat the other night that she misses chatting on this channel, and I didn't have the heart to tell her that the reason I don't go live on this channel is because it's in a cul-de-sac and it actually depresses me. But stupidly, to prove a point, well, not to prove a point, stupidly, I was like, okay, well, I listen to the community and Emily misses this channel, so I'll go live. But I was already grumpy, and then I'd forgotten how going live on this channel depresses me. But quality folk have come in and said hello, so it's been worth it. Yes, you have to run. Get a move on, Will. Go, go, go. Throw another prawn on the Barbie, mate. I think I'll take some of my stuff in to the office and set up my laptop and everything, and then come back out and get the trolley load of conference gear. I'm pretty sure I put some time in my diary to do that. So, hey, Cement Shoes is here too. See, look at you all coming now right before I have to end. Well, I don't. We've still got 10 minutes to chat. I've got to sort out my hair. There we go. Shrimp. Any of the approximately 2,000 species of the suborder Natantia, order Decapoda of the class Crustacea. See? Google prawn. Pretty sure prawn's a crustacean. I mean, clam down, people. Stop being so shellfish. Ah, you see what I did there? That's one of my really bad jokes. Can I muscle in on this conversation? I think you all need to clam down. You're being shellfish. I like puns, but people who like puns are weird, including me. I like me a little play on words. I really am going to enjoy doing a live on Wednesday, though, where I'm going to completely ream this channel that I didn't even know I was subscribed to, and I'm still horrified that I was, because I can't imagine why, and I don't believe I've ever listened to them before. But after listening to them yesterday, I'm enraged, and I want to respond to them because they're full of shit. It'll be a good live, but unfortunately, at the end of their live, they mentioned some of the creators who back them, and they're people that I know are going to make my life hell if I give these people a hard time. But I can't not speak up about it because it's this YouTube platform is just full of the most wackadoo weirdos who all make out they're doing great things, and they're all just suspicious as fuck, in my opinion. And I listened to this live yesterday and couldn't believe what I was hearing, but I was kind of impressed that people in that chat were calling shit out too, their shit out. And then I listened to it to a second time just to make sure I'd got the point, like I hadn't misheard things or misinterpreted things. I'm like, no, I'll have another go, see what they've got to say. And it wasn't any better the second time around. In fact, it was worse. Plus, there's one guy on the panel that I just need to react to because he's unbelievably bad, and I can't believe I don't even know why he's up there. But um, oh, you'll have to keep an eye out for my live on. I can't actually remember the name of the channel. I've saved the link though. Someone did a 1 year retrospective on Kylie Rodney. I'm appalled just hearing that someone a year on from a 16-year-old who had the world at her feet's tragic death because of a poor choice that she made. Let's look back and discuss. I did listen to on Saturday, driving down to my sister's place, a guy who was really good to listen to. Bizarrely, it is about the Chris Watts horror story, who was basically calling out, apparently it's a series, I think I listened to part 3, calling out Nicole Kessinger, but just being really methodical and going through all of the interviews and phone records and proving how many times she changed her story, which we're all aware of. But so many other channels that have been obsessed with Watts Island and calling her out have just been such creepy, greedy, tragedy pimping folk. Oh, by the way, I can't say Zavgul ever. Cement, if you ever put that in my chat, because that's how the glare refers to her, and I will refuse to ever say anything that he says. But yeah, so I can't remember his channel name, but it was actually really interesting listening, and he was just so methodical and yeah, just had sort of listened to what she said and then had found something, that had happened in the very next interview or in a phone record or whatever that just completely said the opposite. And apparently there was one police officer who was really onto her, but nobody sort of took him overly seriously, obviously, because DA Michael Rourke was very quick to say, I don't think anyone else is involved. And I think he openly stated that Nicole wasn't part of their investigation anymore. So it was actually quite interesting. Like it sort of auto played on, like whatever I was listening to, it rolled onto him. He stole it from you. There's heaps of channels that have talked about Nicole and her bullshit. It's just revolting. But I mean, even I've done it. But it was more that this guy's put it together in like a really clear, orderly fashion, and there's nothing sort of histrionic about him. He's just calling it like it is, and he's got quite a nice voice to listen to. But he was refreshingly just coherent and clever compared to the Zavgul. Yeah, he might have cement. Well, as soon as we started calling tragedy pimps death vultures, another channel started going live all the time talking about vulture culture. But, there's no such thing as an original thought or idea. I learned that doing comedy. But there are some things that people do that you're like, that's an absolute direct rip-off. No, he's not an Aussie. He was American. When I go live next time on my crime channel, I'll mention it because it was good. It was really good. I'm like, I want to listen to the other parts. Yeah, no one's stolen Gore Crows. That's true. That will always be a Cement Shoes original. But, things like using the word vulture, I mean, I can't claim that I was being copied, but it's just funny, isn't it, that you drop something like tragedy pimps and try and, because I was constantly saying death vultures, that was the choice of words that I came up with. And Cement, you were mentioning things like gore crows, but I went with death vultures. But it was just interesting how quickly other channels started using vultures. And what is it? Imitation's the highest form of flattery. It is too 19th century for them. Yeah, if it doesn't have bitch at the end of it or whatever. So bizarre, some of the communities on YouTube that just love listening to people who are just so, like, repelling, like there's so many different channels that I go into and I'm like, I just want to give you an opportunity to show me what all the hype's about. Like, why are so many people interested in you? And then I'm like 5 minutes into it, I'm just like, yeah, you're nothing appealing at all. You're angry, you're calling everyone bitches, you're talking over the top of each other. Like when you go into one of those channels that has like a Brady Bunch panel going on, as soon as I see that many people on panel, I'm like, this is going to be a fucking nightmare. And sure enough, whereas years ago when I first came to YouTube, Jazz for Justice, when I was one of her mods, she did a live where we were all up there. Well, not all of the mods, but most of us. I think there would have been like, say, 6 or 7 of us on the panel. But right at the start, she said, I want this to be more sort of not interview style, but I want everyone to be able to speak. So when you're not speaking, I'm going to mute you. Like if I'm directing a question at a particular panel member, I'm going to mute everyone else. And it was really good. And we also made a point of, like the first time I ever went up on a panel, it was like I made sure that I didn't have any background noise and that my equipment was all good to go and I wasn't bloody munching on potato chips and like I acted like I was being interviewed, like I was contributing to this show essentially. But you hear these massive bloody panels and they're all banging shit and people have got YouTube on in the background and there's kids screaming and dogs barking and I'm just like, no, I can't handle this discordant racket. And yet hundreds and hundreds of people happily sit in there. And then you've got the shouty people on panel 2. But hundreds and hundreds of people roll in for hours on end listening to this cacophony that just makes me anxious and uncomfortable. Like, I can't stand it. I don't understand that. Like, why wouldn't you just put on some nice music or watch a movie that you don't have 6 people shouting over the top of each other or 9 people? There's just so many elements to YouTube that really confuse me what people are drawn to. But they're drawn to things that I actively avoid. They're drawn to people I actively avoid in my real life. I don't want to be hanging out on YouTube with people that in real life are repelling and you don't want anything to do with. So bizarre. So weird. That's why I like our community. We just have chill spaces. But yes, this was for you, Emily Flotilla, and you didn't even rock up. You missed chatting on this channel. Well, here all 4 of us are. And for a long time, it was just me and Mel Mac. That was it. This channel is depressing. And I was in a bad mood when I left the house. And I thought I'll go live because it always brightens my day. And then it's just made me realise how depressing this channel is. This once growing, much loved, monetised to sponsor small animals source of joy, I've just been reminded how depressing it is. You're like so like me, Mel Mac, just laugh at people in their misery. I'm fine. I'll have a good day. I think once I eat some donut holes, I'll be fixed. Be nice to see Sarah too. She's been on leave, so. Hey, beautiful Kylie. How are you, gorgeous? You didn't miss much. It's just been me being grumpy. Emily Flotilla said the other day she misses chatting on this channel, and I didn't have the heart to tell the reason I don't go live on this channel is because it's still in the algorithm cul-de-sac of doom, and this beautiful channel that was once this thriving, growing, exciting place where we sponsored animals and had a ball, it's just depressing now. So, yeah, if anyone sees Emily out and about, say, well, Tori went live on Tasmania Calling for you and you didn't even rock up. Plus, she's got some news for you that's going to make you insanely jealous. And from now on, I'll just stick to talking about the crime stuff because I'm really getting... I've done so much research and started writing so many shows, and I really want to start talking a lot more about how social media law is catching up with what's going on the platforms, and got some really great cases to talk about. And yeah, it's when I work almost not full time, but I will be shortly, and I've got a lot of crap going on. And as far as my YouTube time, like I want to hang out with all of you guys, as many of you as I can. Yeah, it was a great channel, but the reality is it's made me grumpy, and I've got to get my head out of that space. So let's just find something happy to end this live on. I don't know. Someone tell me a joke or something. Or I'll be fine. There's donut holes coming into the office shortly. So thank you for hanging out with me for most of the live, well, nearly all of it on your own, Mel Mac. Appreciate your... Yeah. And then it's just going live on this channel again just reminded me how distressing it is. Now people are arriving right when I'm saying goodbye. Hi, Scout. I have to go. But yeah, if anyone sees Emily Flotilla, please tell her I did go live on this channel because she apparently misses chatting it on so much. But she didn't rock up, and in future I'll be on the other channel. Oh, you don't need to watch the replay. I'm grumpy. I woke up grumpy. I've got arthritis in both of my hands. It's caning, and a really busy day at work. And I've now been reminded too that this channel is a source of depression for me. So on that note, I'm going to head into the office and eat some donut holes and try and get my head in the happy place I was hoping going live would, and it's actually made me grumpier. That didn't... No, wife, a fart joke? We're really scraping the bottom of the barrel. I appreciate you taking the time to type that out there, Kylie. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a great night, day, whatever. And yeah, if you see Emily Flotilla floating around, blow her a raspberry and blow a raspberry in her general direction. You'll find me live and chatting away on the Smooth Criminal channel, which is about to be rebranded and renamed. Because yeah, this channel has just reminded me how much work I put into this channel, and it will never, ever, 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 ever emerge from the algorithm cul-de-sac it's in. So please explain to Emily that she's contributed to my mood. And she doesn't have any donut holes to eat. Yeah. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out. You do make my day, and I will be fine once I'm in there. I just didn't need a reminder on top of already being a grump when I got out of bed this morning of how this channel that was once a thriving, growing, exciting part of my world is now just a little turd in the YouTube world. Well, it's not even on the algorithm. We're just in a cul-de-sac, like my RoboVac that just goes to a spot and gets stuck. But have a good one, Groovers. I do love you. I will have a good day, I hope. And if not, it's Emily Flotilla's fault.